King's pawn controls the center. E5 is a common. The Vienna opening starts with knight c3. They did not find the right idea. This move activates your knight to strengthen. They bring out their knight, increasing their control over this. You attack a queen, winning a tempo when it moves away, moving their threatened queen to safety. Your bishop becomes more powerful by developing towards the action. They've offered to trade pieces of equal value. Your better option was to castle kingside. Their best option was to develop a bishop off its starting. You recaptured. They moved the knight to safety. That was a fair trade. A clear recapture. Castling protects your king and activates. It was an even game, but now you have the advantage. This move opens the path for your bishop to enter the game. They move the queen to safety. You're putting your king's safety at risk with that push. Their pawn attacks your bishop, kicking it. Clearly, you don't want to leave your bishop in danger. They kick your bishop with a pawn, forcing it to. Correct, of course, move away from danger. The game was fairly balanced, but now your opponent's position. This is a fine move. Your opponent develops their bishop off its starting square. That was an even swap of material. This is a fair trade. You trade off equal material. A straightforward recapture. You allow the opponent to eventually win a pawn. They prevented you from being able to tactically win a bishop. This move lost the advantage, and now you stand equal. They prevented you from being able. You exchange pieces of equal value. A clear recapture. This isn't a mistake, but there was something better for you. They attacked your queen, gaining time as it must move away. Correct, of course, move away from danger. This move doesn't help their position at all. Very good choice. Advancing this pawn creates opportunities for you to target their king's position. You win time by threatening a queen. This move puts their queen on a safer square. Not the best move, but not bad either. Your opponent is putting pressure on your pawn chain. Well done, an excellent move. Their best option was to increase a bishop's scope by moving it. Your better option was to win a tempo by threatening a bishop. Their better move was to increase a bishop's scope by moving it to a better. You've pinned your opponent's bishop, which restricts its mobility. They move the bishop to safety. This move wins a bishop. Recaptures. Nice, definitely the right move. Defending their hanging pawn. Good job, that's what I would have played too. They played the strongest move available. You found a safer square for your rook. They defended their pawn, which was under attack. Yes, this is the way. Your opponent's passed pawn is a powerful asset as it advances. Your best move was to tactically win a queen. You get a chance to force eventual checkmate. You can now win with a forced checkmate. That was the only move. You're continuing down the road to checkmate. Their king steps away from the check by your queen. You continue the checkmate attack. They move their king out of the check from your queen. You continue the checkmate attack. Their king steps away from the check by your queen. You're still on the road to checkmate. They are right on target. You continue the checkmate attack. That was the only move. Getting closer to the forced checkmate. Capturing your hanging bishop. The checkmate opportunity is gone, giving your opponent a lifeline. You can pick up a free pawn. You didn't let that passed pawn become a problem. Nice job. A correct move to get their queen out of harm's way. You step your king away from the checking queen. You are now able to force eventual checkmate. Your better option was to force eventual checkmate. You get a chance to force eventual checkmate. Your opponent will be forced into checkmate if you find the right move. That was the only move. You missed the quickest checkmate, but the game is still yours. That was the only move. Nice, definitely the right move. Their king steps away from the check by your rook. This is a fine move. This move gives you the opportunity to win their queen. Good job, that's what I would have played too. They move their king out of the check from your queen. You had a chance to play something better. You are now able to force eventual checkmate. Your best move was to force eventual checkmate. Capturing the checking rook. You want a queen for free. Their king steps away from the check by your. Yes, this is the way. Their passed pawn moves closer. You captured that free pawn. That's playable. You had a better option, but this is not bad. You get a chance to force eventual checkmate. This move is okay, but not what I would have played. You are now able to checkmate the king. You have a clear path to a forced checkmate. They block the check from your queen. Always feels nice to win.